Okay, I wanted to get this down as a theory just to see if anyone else had the same theory. So there was some smoke this past trade deadline with the Detroit Red Wings and James Van Riemsdyk, one of the bigger trade pieces from the Philadelphia Flyers, being sent out. So now I had this theory that I wanted to run by people. So if you didn't hear, the Flyers did say Chuck Fletcher, who in my opinion did not have a great trade week or 2 weeks to say the least, didn't do really any big trades. But what my thought was is that he said that he didn't why he didn't trade James Van Riemsdyk. He said he didn't even get higher than a fourth round pick, and it wasn't like offer, and he didn't get like a true offer either. There was speculation that JVR, so James Van Riemsdyk, was going to be going to the Detroit Red Wings, which is odd because we did know that the Red Wings were going to be sellers at this deadline. We saw that with the Heroic trade. We saw that with Bertuzzi on Friday morning. So everyone's like, well, why are they trying to pick up a unrestricted free agent, a UFA? At the deadline because they're sellers. They're trying to get rid of players. In my opinion, is that they were going to be a third-party broker in the sense that they were going to retain half of JVR's salary and then move him for picks. So, in my opinion, them going to go, my cat's saying hi. In my opinion, what he was going to do is he was going to like I said, there would be third-party brokers and retain salary. But the issue is that with the Red Wings and teams in general, you can only retain salary on up to 3 contracts. So I want to jump over real quick. Let's jump over to the cap friendly real quick. You can see, well, that's JVR's contract. So you can see right here the Red Wings. So scroll up, you can see we're on the Red Wings cap friendly page. And you can, if we scroll back down, we're going to see that they're retaining 3 contracts right now, or dead cap as they would call them. For Richard Panik, who they had last year when they picked up in the Letty deal, or in the Letty deal. As well as what they picked up with Tyler Bertuzzi being traded out this year to the Boston Bruins, as well as Jacob Vrana to the St. Louis Blues. So, in my opinion, what was going to happen is that previously on Friday morning, they had Richard Panik and they had Tyler Bertuzzi there, and they had this third spot available, but they were looking for someone to take on Jacob Vrana's contract, and they were looking for someone to take on all of it. Now, if you weren't aware, Jacob Vrana was just traded to the St. Louis Blues for essentially an AHLer who expires this year plus a 7th round draft pick. So in my opinion, because of Jacob Vrana's high cap hit and because some of the tensions and the reason, in fact, that Jacob Vrana he went through waivers this year. So anyone could have picked up his $5.3 million contract or 5.3, as you can see, whatever 2.625 times 2 is. I'm not thinking it offhand, but they could have picked up his salary for free, no draft picks or anything. Hi, buddy. They could have picked up his salary for free, and no one decided to do it, so that's why he decided to go to the AHL. Currently, there seem to be some issues with what's going on with him, and so I think that St. Louis was the only one that was willing to take a flyer on him, and so they were like, hey, we'll give you, essentially, again, this is a cap dump for the next 2 years. So essentially what we're going to see is that Eisner was going to be buying him out next year probably. But instead, they were able to flip him for at least something, right? Like I said, an AHLer as well as a 7th round draft pick. So, and they're really just saving a little bit of money over the next couple of years as opposed to having to buy him out over a longer period of time. So, I said save a little bit of money and getting a 7th round draft pick. Hi, buddy, how you doing? Anyways, so that is that right there. And so, again, so this is the third pick, and you can see James Van Riemsdyk doing fine on a New York Philadelphia Flyers team. 9 goals, 14 points, 23 points in 41 games. Again, the Flyers are not doing very well, but again, he was a UFA. But you can see the reason that the Red Wings are looking to be a third-party broker. This is a $7 million cap for someone to only producing a half point per game. That's a pretty high price, but I can see a team taking him on at the 1.75, which would have been the 25% retained with the Red Wings, right? You think that the Flyers would be retaining half of that at 3.5, then that 3.5 would be going to the Red Wings, and so that Red Wings would then again retain the half of that, which would be 1.75 million, and then the team would be able to pick that up, and they wouldn't mind having a half point per game player for that low of a salary on 1.75, but it just doesn't. They just can't do it based on the rules of the CBA, the collective bargaining agreement. To actually have that third contract. Like I said, Red Wings are having to retain on Jacob Vrana. So it just didn't end up making sense, unfortunately. I actually would have liked if they had done the JVR trade and then had bought off Jacob Vrana next year. But again, they were guaranteed to be able to get something out of Jacob Vrana. So again, it's more of we're like, okay, what is Detroit trying to do? What's Tyson trying to do? But here is an opportunity for him to do something, right, and get something out of the Jacob Vrana trade, and Jacob Vrana can go on and move on and hopefully be successful with St. Louis, because we wish nothing but success for him. So anyways, let me know what your thoughts are. Hit like, subscribe. Is my theory correct? Am I crazy? I think I'm on the right track, I think, in my opinion. But again, we're just trying to follow some rules, and Eisman will never tell us anyways, right? All right, see ya. Bye.